Hi everyone, this is my video for Assistar Hackathon 2021. Right now, I will answer 5 questions from Assistar Hackathon. But before that, I will recap my last video about my introduction. My name is Hamad Zarulisan, and right now I am the student of Telkom University and majoring in telecommunication engineering. And my activity outside college is that I am a part of Student English Society, and right now I am the coordinator of debate division, and also I am a part of Radar Laboratory. If you guys want to know more about me, you can check my latest video and link is in description. Now let's answer the question from IC Star Hackathon, starting with number 1. What activity did you do after graduating from college? So yeah, I will split my answer into 3 parts. Number 1 is that, of course, working. Yeah, I want to finance myself so that I don't have to rely on my parent anymore in terms of financial. That is very very important, right? For every kids who actually do not rely on their parents when they grow up, since yeah, you should fund yourself, you should have your own income, etc etc. In the very best case, yeah, you can give your parents money and then give them financial support. So it is one of the things that I want to do after graduating from college. The second one is that I want to contribute in society. It is also important, right? Because you are still part of society, no matter how introvert you are, right? Even though you are staying at home like 24/7, as right now. So yeah, you're still part of the society, right? Society will find you anyway. So you should give something to the society. Yeah, for me it can be in a smaller case such as gotong royong or maybe pos ronda. But like when I'm graduating from college, like I want to do like in a bigger scales. For example, helping orphanage, coming to orphanage and then make the orphans happy, or yeah, any other humanitarian institution like Save Turtle and etc etc. Yeah, why do I want to do this? Yeah, because when you're helping someone, yeah, not only them that you help is happy, but also yourself will be happy. So yeah, this also helping is also a sort of happiness. So the last one is that I want to live my dream. Yeah, everyone have their own dreams, right? So do I. But I don't want to talk about what is my dream in this video, right? That there will be another videos. But how do I achieve my dream is that I will apply my principle all along in my life, because my principle is that learn at 20. So right now I am 21, so I am still on my learning stage, and then execute at 30, and then enjoy at 40. Yeah, so when you are 40, when I am 40, I won't like be as aggressive as I am when I am 20 and 30. I just want to enjoy at 40. Like yeah, I'm still working, like I'm not like enjoy is not meaning that I'm not working at 40, but like yeah, I just want to enjoy the result of what I am doing in when I was 20 and when I was 30. So that is what I want to do in college, when graduating from college, sorry. Next is number 2. What are your long-term goals in choosing this major? So as you guys know, my major is telecommunication engineering. So I will tell you what is telecommunication engineering, right? So telecommunication engineering meaning that's long distance communication engineering, right? Because that's basically telecommunication meanings. So the biggest question of telecommunication is that how you connect two people, that is they can't see each other, they cannot hear each other because they are far far away. For example, yeah, one in Sabang and one in Merauke, they can see each other, and then if one are shouting very very loud, the other ends can hear you anyway, right? So that's how you connect these two people, and the answer is that internet. But right now in Indonesia, internet is not accessible for everyone, right? Like, so that's why when I want the reasons why I choose this college, like my long-term goal is that I want to connect Indonesians, right? I want to make like internet is accessible for everyone. Accessible can be everything, but in the very basic, that I want everyone in outermost area, for example, or maybe in any other area that right now don't have any internet and electricity, that I want that area to have that to have internet and also to have electricity when I'm graduate, or maybe when I am still on my duty. Yeah, because of it is very very important, like, to have internet right now, right? And then the second one, the reasons why I choose this major is that I want to make Indonesian technology is catch up to any other countries, because right now in the current status quo that Indonesian's technology is very very left behind, when any other country is already using 5G and another country is already on trial of 5G. Right now we're still using 4G, right? We're not testing 5Gs. There is testing, but not in a global scale like all Indonesia is having 5Gs, right? And then we're still on 4Gs, and not on that, not every area has 4Gs, and then in outermost area they don't have 3Gs, they don't have 2Gs, even they don't have internet right there, right? So we're still very very left behind. So that's why I want to make Indonesia catch up to any other country. When others country is testing 5G, then we also use 5Gs. When any others use 6G, we use 6G. And then in the very best case, when other countries still using 5G, we're already using 6G, or we're already testing 6G. I want to make Indonesia like being a pioneer in in telecommunication area. So that's number 2. Beginning number 3, the question is, what is the role of IT in the world of banking, insurance, and telecommunication industry? Give examples. Okay, as you guys already know that the basic of industry, how industry can grow and can improve, is that faster data process. If a company or an industry don't have an IT, they still doing it manually, they won't grow as much as the company that have IT in there, right? Because it is very very crucial. For example, let's compare a bank that use IT and a bank that do not use IT. For example, BNI and I don't know any other koperasi, right? I guess like in the koperasi they don't use IT, right? I don't know if they really use IT or not, but let's just say they don't use. They still use manually for giving receipt, right? For example, you should collect all the data of your customer, and then you are writing those receipt of what they buy, what they transfer, how many did they saving, etc etc. Then you just write manually on a paper, and then after that you send it to the customer, like how many time, like how much time that this a particular activity will take. A days, maybe 2 days, and maybe even more, right? Like it is very very slow data process. But if you use IT, like for example you just use RPA, and then let the RPA take the saving, and then take whatever transaction the customer do in the last month, and then the RPA also send it to the customer's email, and then it will take less than 5 minutes, right? It will take like maybe less than 1 minute also is possible if the RPA is very very good. So the comparison is under 1 minute with a days, right? It is very very huge differential right here, right? So that is the role of IT in the industry. It is making the data process is faster, and then after the data process is faster, the company can do something else. The company can do so much more because of they saving times in their data process. And this is very very important for every industry that if they want to grow, they should have a better data process. So that is my answer for number 3. Now for number 4, if required to work in Jakarta, what step will you take? So I'm assuming that the meaning of this question is that I already accepted to work in Jakarta, and then the only thing that I need to do is I'm just waiting for my first day to work in that company. So there is 3 steps for me. Number 1 is that visit the office, long before I start working. Why it is very very important, and why should I do this first? Yeah, because of, yeah, I want to know my office, right? Because it is very very embarrassing for you as a freshman, and then in your first day you don't know your office, like, or maybe in the very first day of your career, in the very first day of your work, you are in the wrong building. For example, you are working in building A, and then you are going to building B because the building is the same, and then yeah, it is still on the same, for example, the same area, and then yeah, it is very very embarrassing for you, right? So that's why I want to know where is my office, where is my company, and then where is my desk, like something like that, so I don't get embarrassed in my first day of work. And then yeah, also I want to know like more of smaller thing, like where is parking area, where is musola, or maybe where is toilet, etc etc. So yeah, I don't get confused in my first day of work. And then the second one is, of course, find a place to live. That, yeah, after visiting my office, I will find a place to live. Yeah, it don't have to be fancy, right? As long as it is comfy, that I am okay. And then yeah, it don't have to be near the office, because I know Jakarta is a very very mobile area, that Jakarta have a lot of choice in term of public transportation. You can also use Gojek there, but I will tell you about why I want to use Gojek very very often in next answer. And then yeah, so I guess 30-minute trip is okay for me. That is including the traffic. So yeah, 30 minutes in traffic, it is okay for me. And then the last one is that I want to start moving to my new place or house minimum a week before I start working. Yeah, why it is very very important, right? Because of, yeah, number one, why it is important, yeah, because I want to estimating the distance and the time that I require to get to the office. So when it is my first day of work, I won't be late, right? I already know, oh, in this area there will be a traffic. Oh, in this red lamp, this traffic lamp, it will take so long. Oh, there is a train that will pass in 7:50, for example. So I know that's very very details, right? So I don't get late to work in, yeah, in my first day of work. Because when you estimate, just like hard estimating, like for example, oh yeah, this, it's pretty far, so I guess the time that I required is only 20 minutes. But like, you don't know the traffic, you still don't know the, for example, yeah, the traffic, and then you don't know the red lamp, how many does the traffic light takes, and then if there's any train that will cross your road, and etc etc. It is very very important, right? So I already know, yeah, I already know how many how many time that I will take from my house or my place to my office, including the traffic. So the next is looking for any transportation, there is a public transportation that is available in my place to my office. Yeah, it is very very important, right? Because of I won't be fit like every day. I can get tired, I can get sick, or maybe I just, yeah, simply unable to drive motorcycle, or maybe my uh, private transportation properly. So if I already know, oh yeah, in that way there is a busway, and then this is the route that I should take, so I don't get confused anymore, right? Yeah, because of, yeah, I cannot make sure that myself is healthy in my first day of work. So when I already know that, oh yeah, there is busway, uh, there is Transjakarta, and there is MRT, and then I know the exact route that I should take so I can get to my office, then it will very 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 important information for me. Yeah, why don't I use Gojek? Yeah, I can use Gojek, but like, come on, this is Jakarta, and then this is the future, right? You should take public transportation so you can reduce the traffic. And also when you take MRT, there is no traffic in there, right? So yeah, it is still the best option for you when you working in Jakarta. Yeah, in my opinion, of course. And then the next is I want to memorize my surrounding. Yeah, like who is my neighbors, what is their name, do they have a child, are they married, and etc etc. So yeah, it is very very valuable information for me, right? Because yeah, in the question number one that I already answered that I want to contribute in the society, so I should know who is the societies, right? And then yeah, any other smaller case, for for example, that I will be home late, or maybe I won't be home tonight because I am taking a night shift, so my neighbor is already know. So if something bad happen, for example, there is someone near my place that is very very suspicious, so they can like tell me, or maybe they can like, yeah, simply just warning me. So, and also what is any other information that is important for me around my why should I memorize my surrounding is that, for example, where is a market, and then where is Indomart and Alfamart, because it's very important for you, right? And then where is bank, of course, like, yeah, we should know where is bank, and then SPBU, and etc etc. It is very important to memorize every surrounding of our new place, because of, yeah, I'm not from Jakarta. I'm also don't familiar with Jakarta. So when I want to work there, so I should know Jakarta first. That's very very important. And then last question about explain the purpose of IC Star Hackathon 2021 and what benefit you can take. So I'm assuming that the purpose is that, yeah, my purpose to joining IC Star Hackathon. So my purpose is that, yeah, I want to improve myself, right? Because of when as a fresh graduate, sorry, that good grades is not the only thing that the company see from you, right? Even though you have a good grades, but if you don't have a good experience, or maybe you have a good skill set, yeah, the company won't accept you. So the only, yeah, having an experience, having a skill set, and etc etc is very very important for you as a fresh graduate to get accepted in a certain company. So it is very very important. So that's why that is my purpose to joining IC Star Hackathon. I believe that IC Star Hackathon 2021 can like give me the experience that I want, or maybe beyond my expectation. They can give me a new skill set that I need in my future, and etc etc. So yeah, that is my purpose. And also the benefit is that, yeah, beside of the benefit that displayed in the website, such as having a job as a freshman, practical knowledge, and etc etc, I also, the benefit that I can take, that I can learn about RPA more, right? And how the RPA real case in industry. It is very very important for me, right? It is a very very huge benefit for me. Why is that? Because, yeah, I can just learn theoretically. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person that I should do practical. I should do something in real life, in real case. Like, for example, if I'm learning RPA, I'm not only learning about the RPA, what is RPA in theoretical, but I also learn the real case of RPA in industry, just like what the IC Star Hackathon provide. So it is very very suitable for me. That's why I want to take the benefit as, yeah, I want to take the benefit. And then also, yeah, the next benefit that I can get is that, yeah, when I'm going to work one day, yeah, I already know what to do and to handle things. Yeah, because of the IC Star Hackathon is already providing you the real case in industry. So when you're going to work, and then, yeah, you already know what to do. Yeah, it is very very important, right? So that is the question number 5, and also that's the end of our video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and also I hope you guys also inspired. If you guys don't joining IC Star Hackathon 2021, I hope my video can make you join IC Star Hackathon 2022 or maybe 2023. And then yeah, I also hope that you guys are supporting me, that so I can join, or maybe I can pass and then joining the Artsy Star Hackathon 2021. So I guess that's all for my video. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.